Today, we are diving into a question that people have been asking for, well, forever. What if this life, the one you're living right now, isn't your first? We're going to look at the hidden signs, the little clues that suggest the story of your soul is way, way older than you think.
I mean, really think about it. Have you ever felt that? That weird pull towards a country you've never visited, or that instant, comfortable vibe with a total stranger? Where does that come from? Is it just a random personality quirk? Or could it be a whisper from a life you've already lived?
You know, most of us are taught that we show up here as a blank slate, right? A brand new book waiting for its first chapter. But what if that's not the whole story? Ancient wisdom from all over the world says something totally different. It says the page isn't blank at all. In fact, the story was already in progress long before you were even born.
So that's what we're going to unpack today. We're going to explore the clues, the signs that suggest your soul has been around the block a few times. And you'll definitely want to stick around for that final sign, because it's one that might just change how you see, well, everything. Let's get into it. Okay, first up, memories you just can't explain. Think of these as little glitches in the matrix of your mind. Glitches that hint that your data is being pulled from somewhere else. We're going to look at two big ones here: déjà vu and dreams that feel way too real.
Let's start with the one we've all felt. Déjà vu. That sudden tidal wave of a feeling that you have been in this exact spot, having this exact conversation before.
Sure, science might call it a brain fart, a little short circuit. But what if it's more than that? This isn't just a vague feeling of familiarity. It's that deep, gut-level certainty. That feeling you know what's around the corner in a city you've never set foot in. It's not a mistake. It's a memory. A little footprint from another lifetime, proving your soul has walked this way before.
And then there are the dreams. I'm not talking about the weird ones where you're flying or your teeth fall out. I'm talking about dreams that are so vivid, so real, they feel less like a dream and more like a memory you're rewatching.
So what's the difference? Well, for one, they're often reoccurring. You find yourself in a totally different historical time. And the details, the clothes, the buildings, they feel real, they feel authentic. But here's the key. You're not just watching it like a movie. You are the main character, and you feel every single emotion, the joy, the fear, the love, and it sticks with you long after you wake up. It's like your subconscious is finally getting a chance to open up some very old files.
Okay, moving on to our second category, innate feelings and fears. We're shifting from memories to instincts now, and we're going to look at two sides of the same coin: talents you never learned and fears that have no reason to exist.
Have you ever known someone, maybe it's you, who just picks something up instantly? Like a kid who can play the piano without a single lesson. Or maybe you have a knack for a language or a complex skill that just makes sense to you.
Now, yeah, you could say it's genetics, but that doesn't explain everything, does it? This idea of soul's muscle memory is, well, it's fascinating. It suggests that skills you spent a lifetime perfecting, as a musician, a carpenter, a healer, they don't just vanish. That proficiency gets stored in the soul. So that thing you're naturally amazing at, it might just be an echo of a lifetime of practice.
And now for the flip side. Just like we can carry over gifts, we can also carry over the echoes of trauma. And they often show up as intense, totally irrational fears.
Think about it. Sometimes psychology has a really hard time explaining a crippling phobia if there's no trauma from your childhood to point to. But when you look at it through the lens of reincarnation, it suddenly makes perfect sense. The idea is that a traumatic death can leave an energetic scar on the soul. So a terrifying fear of water could be the echo of drowning. A paralyzing fear of heights may be a memory of a fatal fall. These aren't just random fears, they're warnings from the past, just waiting for you to understand them.
This brings us to our third category, and this one is huge: connections across time. This is all about the powerful, unexplainable bonds we have with people and places. We're going to look at those instant connections and that feeling of being an old soul.
You know this feeling. You meet someone new, and within 5 minutes, you're past the small talk. It feels like you've known them your whole life. There's just this immediate comfort, this sense of familiarity. It feels like coming home.
And let's be clear, this is way beyond just good chemistry. This is what's called soul recognition. Many spiritual traditions believe we travel through lifetimes in these soul groups. Our friends, our family, our partners, even our rivals. We keep coming back together to help each other learn and grow. So when you feel that instant click with someone, you're not just meeting a stranger. You're recognizing a member of your team that's just wearing a different costume this time around.
Do you ever just feel a little out of sync with your own generation? Like you were wise beyond your years, even as a kid? Maybe you look at all the drama and trends in the world and just kind of
shake your head. If that sounds like you might just be an old soul. It's a feeling that you've seen it all before, so your soul isn't really interested in the temporary stuff anymore. It's looking for something deeper. All right, our fourth category, lessons on repeat, is about a sign that can be super frustrating, but also incredibly insightful. We're talking about those karmic challenges that seem to follow you around no matter what you do. Ever feel like you're stuck in a loop? Maybe you keep attracting the exact same type of partner, or you keep running into the same exact problem at work over and over again. Well, that isn't just bad luck. That's an unresolved karmic lesson. Think of it like a test you didn't quite pass in a past life, so it shows up again just with new people and new scenery. The universe is a very patient teacher. It'll keep giving you the same test until you finally ace it.
Okay, so we've gone through some really powerful signs, from strange memories and phobias to karmic loops. But now, it's time for that final sign I promised you, the +1. And in a way, this is the one that ties all the others together. This last sign is something we could call the empath's signature, and it's a quality that a lot of people see as a burden, but it might actually be one of the clearest signs of a very, very old soul. If you're someone who can walk into a room and immediately feel the energy, if other people's pain feels like your own, if big crowds just completely drain you, you're probably an empath. And what this suggests is that this is not a weakness, it is a superpower. It means that over countless lifetimes, the walls that separate your soul from others have started to get really, really thin. You've lived so many lives as so many different people that you finally learn the universe's biggest secret. We are all connected, we are all one. So what's the point of all this? Recognizing these signs isn't about getting lost in the past. It's about realizing a huge truth right here, in the present. It's a reminder that you are so much more than this one body, this one name, this one set of problems. Your story is massive. Your journey is eternal.
So I'll leave you with this to think about. As you look back on everything we just talked about, the weird dreams, the instant connections, the irrational fears, how many of those signs really hit home for you? What parts of your own story suddenly make a little more sense? Because it turns out the journey of discovering who you are is really a journey of remembering.